Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to part 2. That's in a language that's probably French. Yeah, let's go with that. Anyways, part 2, May 25th, Friday, 2012. My recent experiences with corporate bullying. So, whilst being bullied under the corporation that I worked for, I did manage to, let's say I slightly agitated several of my CEOs because, let's be honest, they were unfair. In one story, which was in a office area, and people were answering phone calls, doing their work, and it was thought, and this was by the CEO, aka managers, operations manager's idea and consent, was to go around the floor and appraise people by blowing a horn in their ears. Not specifically directly in anyone's ears, but around the floor. The 4 operations managers would walk around the floor applauding while people were on phones, helping customers. You know, stupid, super stupid. I didn't tell her as that particular operations manager at the time that gave consent to the thing that it was ridiculously stupid, but I did confront them and talk to our corporate headquarters 8 human resources about the endeavors because, let's be honest, that's just stupid. You shouldn't, why would you walk around because trumpets do this one, right? In people's ears because you're doing a good job. Really? I don't want you to do it. Okay, sorry about that. I actually do like to yell often. Doesn't really happen, but I can do it. And it's not out of anger. It's out of force, which comes from the lower abdominal core, which I have an awesome one. Okay, not really, but whatever. So yeah, did agitate them there, and as an end result, by pressures by me, a exec from Human Resource was sent from corporate office to our site. The operations manager was cornered, and let's say for the next 6 months I did relatively nothing, as to be avoided by any sort of management, and was subsequently transferred to a different site. Now, as for recent bullying events within the past year, as a supervisor, team lead, manager myself, it was my duty to take stuff from the top, aka dump that came down from the top onto me from above, and not give that onto my people. Why? Because in the majority of the scenarios, a resolution was not met to a particular issue, or a particular issue arose and needed subsequent evaluation and a resolution. Now, in order to come to a resolution, there's no reason to dump on those people below me. Why? Because they're equal to me. We all have a job. We're all working for a corporation that could, at any point in time, pull out of Canada in order to save money and move to a foreign country. Which is what happened, unfortunately. But anyways, where was I going with that? I don't even know. There was that. Oh yeah. So, it's in your best interest as a manager to work with your people. Ask them questions. What's going on? How do we best do this? This is the issue. Help me figure this out. What's going on? Do you feel that you can meet this? Do you need more authority? Can you do it alone? What procedures would you like to see implemented? There's a billion questions you can ask, and you must do so. Anyway, in my recent endeavors into getting bullied, which is quite possibly the best word that I could use at this point, because I do have several other much more angry toned words that, are epic, but at this point they're unnecessary. Anyways, within the past 12 months, we shall say that certain individuals haven't done. They get dumped on and they dump down on me and my fellow employees. or people around them. And it's not really their fault. I'm not going to blame them. Because in the moment, they're consumed with emotion. Now, that said, going forward, as I'm talking to everyone, please be aware of who you are in the moment, and don't dump on others. Strategy, people. Strategy. Perception, expectation, strategy, complementation, sex. Yeah, you can leave out the last one. I don't know where that came from. Yeah. So anyways, enjoy your Friday evening. This was Villain of Truth, the Villain of Truth, Juton, reporting to you for May 25th, Friday, 2012, Part 2 of Bullying in Corporate Culture. As a final note, we'd like to say that the corporate culture has changed indeed on a massive scale, and whilst people may say that loyalty to a corporation is still necessary, working for the same company for up to 20 to 40 years after coming out of high school or otherwise being hired by them, this is certainly not the case anymore, as potentially it gets you nowhere. Fired, laid off, downsized, whatever you want to call it. So Canada, the government, politicians, you really need to change the monetary system. And I'll tell you how to do it. It's not quite as simple as what I'm going to say, but in reality it is, because this is what you need to choose. What you need to choose is to be an environmental leader, and not support your ethical oil. Which honestly is the most destructive, harmful, and expensive way to get oil on the planet, whether you say so or not. Become environmental leader. Become like Sweden, Switzerland, Denmark. Utilize your environment. Because if you don't, eventually you're going to wake up with a bunch of angry citizens who are tramping around in the mud, being kettled into buses, into corners, and into jails, simply because you failed to meet what Canada is. And that is a land of freedom, a land of equality, a land of beauty, and you're destroying it on every scale. From the land outside to the sea below, to your citizens' hopes and dreams. Now wake up, Canadian politicians. Because what's coming down the line, I have no clue. But it certainly won't be good for you. And so I leave you with this moment, this memory. Jack, we wish you could come back. But in your peace, rest. Thank you very much for visiting us, the Villain of Truth, Juton, for May 25th, 2012. Have a very good weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. If I don't make a special report or movie review on the weekend, as I have a load of time. Thank you very much. Good managers always have time for their employees. That was supposed to be just a wink. Let's try that again. Good managers always have time for their employees. Let's try that again. Good managers, damn it, I'm black. Good managers always have time for their employees. There we go, that works. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 2. Villainous Times. You can't even see your face. You might as well just talk like this. Fuck. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Villainous Times. Friday. Part 2 of corporate bullying, corporate culture, and compassion. Friday. I think I already said Friday. Damn it. Did you know my favorite quote about purple is that if you can't wear a simply one shade of purple, you might as well wear an amalgamation of all of them at once. My favorite quote about purple is that purple... Damn it. My favorite quote about purple is, if you can't wear a simple shade of purple, wear an amalgamation of all of them at once. And be outstanding. Because purple is fantastic. Fascinating. Amazing, sexy, beautiful. It's all about compassion, love, sex, deep thrusts. Never mind. It's about having a great... Purple's awesome. I know, boy do I like getting dumped on by my manager. Really? God. Sometimes the best things in life are free. Yeah. I'm recording right now, aren't I? Damn it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Villainous Times. I'm just wearing a scarf. Damn it.